been occupied this for several months now, looking at different iterations and recommendations as to what would give School the cushion that it needs, but what would also not impact negatively on the consumers. So there's been a delicate balance. I believe that we have found a delicate balance that will not in any dramatic way affect the consumer, because we know it's not there for School to make a profit and hide money in the bank. No. It is simply to meet its daily obligations to consumers so that we can continue to have potable water in Dominica. And so maybe next week I'll be in a position to tell you what the increase is. I know the cabinet, my absence met on it, so I need to go over it myself. So by next week we'll be in a position to let you know what the increase is and when it would come. I believe that in respect to sewage system, for example, I mean, what we charge in both the commercial consumers and the domestic consumers is a far cry from what it's costing School to maintain. I mean, we may very well be subsidizing the sewage rates by as much as 200% in terms of costs and what we charge in the consumers. Likewise, water. You understand? I mean, just imagine where we get the water from, the reservoirs that we have to construct, the pipes that we have to run, and to maintain it on a daily basis. So I think Dominicans will be okay. If you to ask me, I think we may have found a very sensible balance between giving School the extra. And also say to you publicly, and to say to School publicly, and I'll be writing to them formally on this, the board, that any savings School has to go into a special account, similar to what we're doing in terms of a vulnerability risk reduction, so that when there is an issue, they can draw down on that fund to repair the water systems, whatever it is. But that account will be jointly managed by School and central government. So School cannot draw down on it by itself. And that is what's going to be done to all of government statutory entities, so that we do not have a situation where we go and increase fees and then people get a little extra, happen to get a little extra in a month, and they believe they can spend it in how they want, with total indifference to the citizens of Dominica. So there'll be some of that put in place, so that everybody understands that fiscal discipline and management and accounting of the citizens' money is paramount. So, but next week or so, I'm in a position to let the country know what the likely rate of increase will be and when it will be instituted. All right.
There's some not too good news. I'm hearing the passing of Mr. Johnson Boston. Mr. Johnson Boston. I just got that news there. Very sad. Yeah, but anyway, I just got that there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, we just got that news there. But let me breathe a little. The question is, PM, can you provide any details as to why CARICOM failed to meet the deadline of March 31 for the free and full movement of our CARICOM nationals? And also, the next burning question is, you led the delegation to China. It was a huge delegation. Persons are asking, who funded that delegation? And if is Dominica, in terms of the cost, about how much would it have cost the state, or would it as to the amount? Please, thank you.
All right. With respect to the free movement of all of the categories of persons within the Caribbean community by March 31, obviously the sticking point for some countries is in respect to the so you allow people to move. What are the benefits would they be entitled to when they move to the respective countries within the Caribbean community? So there has been some sticking point. As I've indicated to the CARICOM heads, this is not a legal question. because some was asking to be sent back to the Legal Affairs Committee. The Legal Affairs Committee is made up of attorneys general. This is a political question, and I think that it is in the lap of the heads of government to deal with in their respective cabinets in their respective countries. So that's the issue there. I mean, as you know, I've been battling this for the last 20 years within CARICOM, almost to the point of exasperation. But when you're seeking to give someone benefits, then you should never allow exasperation to cause you to give up. So I'm not giving up at all. So we continue that fight of getting countries to agree to these rights. In Dominica's case, the issue of contingent rights is not an issue for us at all, because even without the complete full movement, any CARICOM national who comes to Dominica gets the same benefits as we as Dominican citizens. Their children go to school for free. Their children can get scholarships as well. They go to the hospitals, we will not deny them medical care, et cetera, et cetera. So those things are there. So I respect countries' positions, and I don't criticize governments for their positions and so forth. But I think on this point we need to look at the greater good, and there cannot be any single market, there can't be any single efforts towards a single economy if we're telling people they can't move freely. I mean, it's happening in Europe. Little islands and so on, we were all colonies of Great Britain and so on, and Dutch and whatever it is. People used to move freely back in the 30s and the 40s. And tell us that we're supposed to be more enlightened, all right, and more progressive now than then. And we have more forms of moving around now than then. And then we have all sorts of issues that we want to bring to the table and the reality is, since we introduced some categories of free movement of person, we have not seen any dramatic movement of people to one country.